Mauricio Pochettino needs a huge coup to save his job according to reports, as Todd Boehly and the other members of the Chelsea board feel results are not good enough. Pochettino has endured a difficult first season at Stamford Bridge, which sees Chelsea 12th in the Premier League despite a huge transfer spend since the arrival of the American owners. FA Cup huge for Pochettino. They were targeting Champions League qualification this season, but now face the very real prospect of no European football for a second season on the bounce. Chelsea's performances in the domestic cup competitions have relieved some of the pressure on Pochettino. And while the League Cup final ended in disappointment with an extra-time defeat to Liverpool, the FA Cup still offers the chance of silverware. Club sources told Football Insider that FA Cup glory will be huge for the Argentinian's future at the club, and would mean the owners would consider his first season a success. But the Blues' board feel results have not been good enough in recent weeks and things could build to an unhappy climax if there is a poor end to the season. No to Mourinho or Tuchel. Journalist Ben Jacobs is still of the understanding that Pochettino will be judged in the summer, and claims if he is shown the door fan favourites Jose Mourinho and Thomas Tuchel are unlikely to return to Stamford Bridge. The plan remains for Pochettino to be judged at the end of the season. This was agreed even before a ball was kicked since it marks the halfway point of the Argentine's 2-year guaranteed contract, Jacobs told Caught Offside. There will always be pressure at a club like Chelsea, but Pochettino's fate is still not predetermined, and what helps his cause is Chelsea's FA Cup semi-final, and the chance to qualify for the Europa League through the tournament. The bad news is of course that they face Manchester City at Wembley, but Chelsea have gone toe-to-toe with Pep Guardiola's side this season in both league games in 2 of their best performances of the season. We hear a lot of names linked with replacing Pochettino, particularly Roberto De Zerbi, Ruben Amorim and Hansi Flick. Whilst some fans are dreaming of a Jose Mourinho or Thomas Tuchel return, although it's not thought either are being considered despite the obvious short-term PR win. No candidate is actually being seriously pursued to date, and Chelsea sources insist in particular that De Zerbi is not on the radar as it stands. Jacobs is also of the understanding that Chelsea don't want to do anything rash as several factors have contributed to their disappointing season. Chelsea are merely succession planning, much like Manchester United. This is normal when a change might be necessary and is something the club likely started on day one of Pochettino arriving given his contract is short, Jacobs added. Succession planning should not be confused with formally interviewing others or starting to replace Pochettino. You can both look at options to avoid managerial limbo and still want to make it work with your manager, and that's kind of where Chelsea are at. There is obviously a chance a change is necessary if results don't improve, but Chelsea's owners don't want to do anything rash due to a belief that all manner of factors have led to a disappointing season to date, ranging from the young squad to injuries. Plus, right now, there is still hope the season can be turned around.